Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Catherine and this is So Much Sewing. So Much Sewing, of course, is all about sewing, and today I have a green theme for you, my green edit. Today is actually Boxing Day 2023, so I hope you had an amazing Christmas day yesterday. I hope Santa was very generous to you. I hope you got to see all your family and friends and loved ones and ate lots of delicious food, and I also hope that you are recovering nicely today, that you're taking it easy and letting all that delicious food settle. So today is my green theme, or my green edit. I ended up making a few items that were all green, which is a bit strange for me because I know I've got the green wall behind me here, but I don't wear a lot of green. But I think that's about to change because there are some green items, one of which I'm wearing at the moment. This is a sort of a olivey green. It's in a Gingko print, which I got from the Fine Cloth Company in Wellington when I went down to meet up with Deb from Slap Happy Sewing and Stacey from Stacey J's studio. And I love this fabric so much. Actually, it's reading a little bit camo. It's coming across a bit camouflage on the screen, but in real life it's got these beautiful Gingko print flowers, leaves on it. I just love it. It's a viscose crepe. Viscose crepe is a little bit shifty to sew up, and I think I stretched the neckline a little bit, which is a little bit of a shame, but I think all in all I'm really happy with it. I love this dress. This is the Sydney designer dress by Style Arc. I did make this up a long time ago in larger sizes, and it came up really large on me then. I was making things oversized, and Style Arc does come up a little large, and I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit mad about this. I love it, and I'll get plenty of wear out of it this summer, but I'm a little bit mad with it because I feel it is too large. I love an oversized fit. I think we all know that by now, but this is just a bit too oversized. I made my actual size. I made a size 16, and I'm just looking at my notes here. I haven't actually got here what my actual measurements are, but I know that there's like 109 across the bust, and sort of 90. It's actually gone up a little bit. Gone up a little bit in just a few days, but 90 odd around the middle, and about 100 and sort of 12 or 14 or something around the hips. And so whatever my size was pretty much almost exactly bang on the Style Arc size 16. So I thought, how wrong can I go? And I didn't just go by my measurements. I actually looked at the finished garment measurements on the pattern, and it said that the finished garment measurement for a size 16 was 118 centimetres. So bearing in mind that my bust is 109, I thought that would be, plenty of ease, 9 centimetres. That wouldn't be too oversized at all. Well, when I made the dress up, the actual finished garment measurements are 129 centimetres across the bust. I made the right size seams. It's a 1 centimetre seam allowance, I think, from memory. Yeah, 1 centimetre seam allowance. So all the seams were made the correct size. I cut out a size 16, made the right seam allowance, and yet it still came out a whole 11 centimetres bigger than they tell you on their instruction sheet here. So I feel that's not great. No wonder Style Arc always comes up large. That's an exaggeration, isn't it? I'm exaggerating now. I don't know. I haven't made up every single Style Arc pattern. So I did obviously know that style arc patterns make up large, but I hadn't actually quantified it and sort of investigated as to why. I still don't know why, but you know, when they tell you that the finished garment measurement is 118 centimetres and it actually turns out to be 129 centimetres, that's a huge difference. That's 2 sizes. So no wonder I feel like it's swimming on me. Like I say, I love an oversized fit, but I just feel like, you know, that would be better. That would be better than that. I'm still going to wear this. I still love this. I might even wash it in the washing machine and dry it in the dryer to see if it shrinks some, to see if that works. But anyway, so that was my first green make. Oh, one other thing, I didn't put the pockets. It's got pockets that sit in this front seam here, around about, well, actually, if I had made it according to the pattern, it would be right down here by my knees. But I didn't put any pockets in. I thought that was a bit of a strange kind of place to have pockets. In hindsight, perhaps I could have put them on the side here, but you know, hey ho. It does have amazing, you know, all these seams here for shaping, and it does have this fabulous cocoon shape. So hopefully I've put in some great pictures that my husband has just taken, and you can see this dress in its full glory. So that is my green theme #1 dress that I made. And this is the second green item I made. It's my gorgeous emerald green Ikat fabric that I got from Joans Fine Fabrics. And of course, every company I mention here, or every person that I have mentioned, I'll link down below in the description box. So this is the Merchant & Mills Florence top. I've made it before in my gorgeous party spot fabric that I got from the Dahlia Sewciety in one of her bespoke boxes quite a number of months ago now, and I do wear that top to work. It's got the long sleeves on it, which I find really useful in the office with the air conditioning, because it's always a bit chilly in the office. But this time and of course I mashed the the Pattern Emporium B-Mine sleeves onto the Florence top in that version that I made, and I do love that. I love those big billowy sleeves, but this time I made the standard, just the short sleeve that comes with the pattern. I put these really lovely wooden buttons on that I had in my stash, which I think go so nicely. This fabric I actually purchased it twice. The first time I purchased, it was just over 2 meters. It was a remnant piece, or the last on the bolt anyway, and I purchased that, and then I realized that I didn't have enough, and so I did notice that they got some more in. Several weeks later they got some more in, so I purchased another meter then as well, so I ended up with just over 3 meters, and then I had enough to make this. I always thought in my mind that this was what I wanted to make out of this fabric. So I had to play a bit of jiggery pokery. I had to run the pattern across the grain a few times just to get all the pieces out, but I don't think you can tell that some of these squarey things are going one way and some the other way. They look pretty much the same. Like, for example, I think this is an example here of where in fact, you can't even really tell. You can't tell, can you? You cannot tell that some of the pieces were cut on the cross grain, maybe in the front here, and also the colour was just slightly different, you know, being a different batch, it was slightly different colour, but again, who is going to see? So this is just so soft and gorgeous. I love this. I love this colour. I haven't taken any photos of it yet, but I will go downstairs shortly and ask my husband to take some more photos of me in this. And yeah, so this I think is going to be worn a lot. It's so comfortable and swishy to wear. I love it. What was I going to say about this? Oh, I made this, the first version I made quite a bit longer because the pattern actually has it sitting, here's the curve of my belly here, and the pattern actually has it sitting up somewhere here like that, which would not suit me at all. No, 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 no. So the first version I made it quite a lot longer than that in the party spot, and this one I made it somewhere between my longer version and the length that it's supposed to be. So that is my second green theme or green edit item that I made. And the next two green theme items that I made, I don't actually have on me at the moment. I can't show them to you because they're on my husband. He hasn't taken them off since he opened them as part of his Christmas presents yesterday. I made him a Merchant & Mills bucket hat, and this is a free pattern that I actually downloaded from Joans Fine, no, not Joans Fine Fabric. I downloaded it from Miss Maud, and Miss Maud is a beautiful fabric store in Greytown in New Zealand. And so yeah, free pattern, and I had some leftover fabric, sort of a tealy coloured drill that I had made. Actually, it was a Merchant & Mills apron a while back. I haven't shown it to you. It's stuffed in the back of my kitchen drawer. And it gets used from time to time. So I had some fabric left over from that apron, and there was enough to make this bucket hat. And I really, well, actually I mostly loved making the bucket hat, and there were a couple of little funny things where the instructions, they go, like if you're looking at your page, I should have brought them up with, but I didn't because I wasn't thinking ahead. But if you're looking at your page here, you've got step 1 here, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6. And for some reason I ran down that way and I missed out a couple of things there, so I had to go back and do some unpicking and restitching, but it all worked out in the end. I wasn't 100% happy with the crown of the hat. I could have done a better job there, and next time I make the hat I definitely will do a better time there. Next time I make it I will do a better job, but it's not terrible. And like I say, Chris put it on his head and he hasn't taken it off since, so I'll put a picture up of him wearing both the items that I made him and the other item I made for him, which is sort of it's more of a bluey green, but I'm putting it in my green theme edit, and it's Ren and Stimpy lounge pants. So we got this Ren and Stimpy fabric from Spotlight ages and ages ago, and I always said I'd make him a pair of lounge pants, and so I did. I just used a big 4. I'll put a picture of the pattern up here. Just a pajama pants, woven pajama pants pattern, and made up the Ren and Stimpy lounge pants while he was out doing some last minute Christmas bits and pieces just a couple of days before Christmas. So it was interesting. You know, Chris has got a bit of a tummy on him, and I wondered how we would go because he never wears his elastic, you know, his waist right up here. It always sits down low on his hips, and so I wondered how that would go. I did check out the rise. I got a pair of shorts that he wears, that he finds really comfortable and he wears all the time. So I checked out the rise, compared the rise on the pattern to the rise on the shorts, made sure the hips were the same sort of size, and so they fit, but they are too tall in the. Look at these silly motions. They are too tall in the rise, and so he finds, I've seen him actually sort of rolling the waistband down, so I might, once he's washed them, once I can prise them off his body and they have been washed, I might just take a seam underneath the waistband, just take in maybe 1.5 inches out to shorten that rise there, and next time I make them I will just take that out of the rise, and then yeah, they should be absolutely perfect. But he loves them, as I say, hasn't taken them off, and yeah, so I was really happy to have made him a couple of items that he loves for Christmas. So what am I doing at the moment? I'm working on a pattern test actually for a dress, which I love the dress, but there are a few little teething issues to work out with one aspect of the dress, but I think it's going to be absolutely lovely when it's finished. So I'll bring that to you, show that to you, you know, once we've gone through that testing process and we're allowed to share it. I have made another item which I'll show you. I'll put in another video. Oh, and I'm actually most of the way through making the Pattern Emporium Shoreline top. I've hacked it into a dress, a very long dress, and I love it, but I'm waiting for some snaps to arrive. If you recall my Tilly and the Buttons Rosa dress that didn't turn out quite so well as a dress but turned out nicely as a jacket, this one here, these little snaps, I've got loads of these little snaps left, and I think they work well on this shirt here. They're the right size, but for some reason on my Shoreline dress, possibly because it's so long, I don't know. I don't really know what the difference is, but the snaps just look way too small on my Shoreline dress. So I went down to, actually Chris went down to Spotlight and picked up some slightly larger, these are 12mm snaps, and he picked up some 15mm snaps, which are the perfect size, thinking that the squeezy tool I've got to squeeze the snaps into place was large enough to take the larger snap, but it wasn't. So we've now gone and ordered a tool, a squeezy tool, to put the snaps on slightly larger. So we're waiting for that to come, I think, from China. So the dress is finished and I'm dying to finish it completely, but I need to put the snaps on. I don't want to put buttons on it. I think snaps are the right thing for it. I think it's going to look amazing, and so I'm just trying to contain my excitement and hoping that the postie arrives really, really soon with this new tool so I can put the snaps on and show you my other make. Anyway, that is it for me today. As I say, I hope you've had an amazing Christmas time. I hope if you are having extended holidays, as we tend to do here in New Zealand, we tend to have sort of 2 to 3 weeks off. I hope you're going somewhere nice, or that you are, you know, staying home and having a lovely time. If you're overseas, I hope you're enjoying some cold, snowy, wintry weather, and I hope it's not just pelting down with rain. And I hope you're well, I hope you're happy, I hope you're getting loads and loads of sewing done, and I'll see you again very, very soon. Bye for now.